promoting cooperative works between university and industry in Korea, as well as among international scholars. Dr. Oh is a president of International Library and Information Science Society, president of Korean Library and Information Science Society, and co-editor-in-chief of Journal of Information Science Theory and Practice International Journal. I would like to give this time to Dr. Oh.
Good morning. Only half of you are good morning. Let's again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that all of you are very happy. So many scholarly conferences always are full of so sincere topics and uninteresting, continuous lectures. So as a break, I myself introduce myself again. So many people first meet me, surprised and say, "Are you so young and so handsome?" Are you agree? Okay, that's the reason why my surname is Oh. Okay? All people always surprise and say, "Oh." So next time when you meet me, you just call me as Professor O or Dr. O. Even though use the same Chinese character, Chinese people say it as a sound of U, but only our Korean pronounce it as O. Okay? I think that here is not many members of the Library and Information Science, and if you read the topic, why he himself chose so specific topic today, I'd better go outside and take a rest. But after completing my lecture, you can find why I myself choose this topic. So you cannot go outside. In fact, last year I have visited here in this university to do my special lecture at the Department of Library and Information Science with different topics. So it's my second visit. And our Korean people now have visited so many and realized that Indonesia has so much potential. And our Korean people always envy your country, Indonesia. We realize that the population of Indonesia is number 4 all over the world. 2 weeks ago, I have met so many scholars at our ILIS International Conference, and I myself do research with Indian scholars, comparing the research level of Korea and India. As you may well know, India is the second population all over the world. So many states has much more population than South Korea. Then I should compare the amount of research of Korean Library and Information Science international articles with those of India. But you guess about the result. So always quantity cannot be disregarded. As you may well know, Dr. Marx already said that quantity will be transformed continuously into quality. Okay? So, Indonesia has big potentials based on the population. And on the other side, Indonesia has so much amount of natural resources comparing to Korea. Korea has almost no natural resources. That's the reason why our Korea should invest almost all to the human resources. Now, Indonesia government and all the people realize that Indonesia also should invest more intentions and more resources to the human resources. Then how can we should do Korea? With the very much amount of natural resources and with high developed human resources, then we cannot compete with Indonesia. That's the reason why our Korean government try to cooperate with Indonesia. Okay? And in the past time, so many hotter area people say that because the temperature is so hot, so we cannot work hard. Last 6 months, I have stayed in Thailand. They always say that we have 3 seasons: hot, hotter, hottest. But now there are so many facilities to help you to stay in very convenient atmosphere like this. So you cannot say because we are so hot seasons we cannot study hard. Your former students are very happy. Professor, we are so hot, so we cannot do work. When I was the master and doctoral student, if my professor advisor said to me that you should read more and search more articles, then yes, I have visited the library and searched so many libraries and collections, then I cannot find any more materials. Then my advice say that, okay, but now you cannot say something like that. There are so many databases. So if you say like that, then your advice might say, then how about to do search with me? I can find much more articles related to this. Then you cannot say no. So your situation is the same now. So there is no justification not to do study or research. So in the very near future, Indonesia will be one of the top countries all over the world, not only in the population but also scholarly community. Already, Indonesia has the top nations publish most open access journals. Other countries cannot catch up. So, in that regard, my 2 international activities are related to your internationalization effort. The first is the ILIS, International Library and Information Science Society. It is initiated at the first time that, because I have done more than 20 years in international activities with each of my friends from various countries. Later on, so many friends complained to me that why you do not share your relationship with us. So I myself go to international conference in India and invite so many of my friends and try to initiate Reach Asia. At the place, most of my USA friends complained to me that why you do not invite us, and suggest that you'd better expand it as this as part. Because the name is expanded as the Asian Pacific, they can join. And we have enjoyed good relationships. Then other friends also complained from other countries, Europe and Africa, that why you yourself enjoy your relationship. That's the reason why our organization is now expanded into islands. So last year we have international meeting at Thailand. This year, 2 weeks ago at Taiwan. Next year will be in India, then move to Malaysia, then to Japan. And another one is the Journal of Information Science Theory and Practice. It is a transformation from the domestic scholarly journal published more than 30 years. Korean government thinks that now the scholarly community already publishes good journal. Why government should invest much money to the institutional journal? It is published by the Korean Government Institute. So it should be not this journal, but its former version should be discontinued. So I myself advised to the at that time the concern that if you support me some amount of fund, then I will investigate over the study, the feasibility study, to transforming Korean domestic journal into international journal. So within the minimum limit, we are succeeded in listing in Scopus list. So, and at that time, the middle management of this institute, now the director of this organization, KIST. So these two samples show that how we should be prepared the international activities. And this topic, I do not guess how long time has passed, but I just start almost the topic: developing, revising, and maintaining national classification system. Lessons from Korean decimal classification. All the words and the topic must be very strange for the different from the scholars from the different subjects. National classification system. Classification system has been developed to classify the materials. Traditionally, the library collections, but now it is applied to the old areas, including our real life. For example, our very well developed cultural city by city called Daegu used this classificatory system on all of the public bus system and even the subway system. I have write about those systems based on our classification system. So, all of you might think that it is irrelevant to ourselves, but if you have some information about it, you can apply much more about your research or your real life. One interesting thing is that most of two teams which introduced classificatory system never realized that it can be got from the classificatory system. If they know about that, they can make better system. Okay? And the Korean decimal classification is the decimal system adapted from the Dewey decimal system. Dewey is one of the libraries practitioners of USA. He himself developed during the summer. While he himself just sleeping during the lecture of the president of the university. So I always say, when I meet so many attendants, those who just sleeping at the lecture, I guess that he or she must be developed a very famous classification system. Okay? So, Dewey is the Melville Dewey, not the John Dewey. My wife will majoring in education, so she said to me that, oh, Dewey is very famous educational theorist, and then how he can develop so well-known, famous classification system? No. Different Dewey. Anyway, he developed decimal. Decimal means that there are so many numerical systems. All of you about the binary system. All the computers all day long count 0 and 1. And almost all over the world, so many countries use the decimal classification system. Because decimal system, because we have 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very interesting word in Korea is 5 means close. It is close. 10 means open. So, very interesting one. Anyway, because almost all people has 10 fingers in one side is the 5 fingers. It is very general to use the decimal classification system. It is very easy system. And he himself at the second year of university, he himself invented that idea. That means it must be very easy. But our student, even the doctoral student, always complain that it is very difficult to start. So, I always say that Dewey invented it at the second year of university during while he himself just sleeping. Okay. So I prepared so long slide, but basic idea is always important. I just say about some ideas. Okay. Okay, this is Korean decimal classification. Almost all public library and school library use it in Korea. Okay. So before it developed, there are some of the famous classification system also. Okay. And one of the pioneer in Korean library community do so many important things, works including the developing the classification system. It has well known to have very creative system, but some reasons it has not used now. And it is the brief history of our Korean decimal classification. I myself has been almost 30 years of the classification committee and more than 10 years of the president of it, and experience of revising the system. it is the usage, statistics. Okay? And so many of our scholars in Korea attacks our KDC system. It is kind of mixed system. But I myself say that it is a very well fused system, fusion. So many of younger generation of you must be know about the Korean currency now. One of the reasons why our Korean currency or Korean singers can have so many popularity is that our Korean cultures are very well fused. Okay? So it is that our Korean have tried to benchmark any of good characteristics of others. So we benchmark DDC, LCC, UDC, KDC. That is the all other prior classification system. So I myself say that it is a kind of jjigae classification. So many of you must be know about Korean kimchi because your library has already the Korean restaurant. Okay? So many people know about Korean kimchi but do not know about jjigae. Jjigae is that we input so many ingredients into our soup and boil. So it is so different kind, there are so many different kind of jjigae. So I myself say that one of famous dishes in Korea is the jjigae, not the kimchi. Okay? So I call it jjigae culture. So this culture is applied to all of the related areas. So I call it as a jjigae classification system, so-called fused classification system. So other related system, but also, okay? Other areas briefly summarize the general characteristics of KDC, but most of you have no interest about it. If is there some areas department student, then I will send it to the department. Okay. 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 It is some kind of difference. It shows the difference between the DDC. Okay. Next. Okay. There are different tables. Next. Next. So special one. So next. Next. Then we have developed more of the original version of DDC to be modified into Korean situation. Okay. Next. Okay. Next. It is a comparison table, and in case of religion, our Korea has so many various religions, different from Western or USA, which are dominated by the Christianity. So we ourselves developed which can be very easily applied to Korean situation. Okay? And it is the rated editions characteristics, because I myself initiate the revision process of this revision. Okay. Next. It is that it includes Korean character, Chinese character, English. So it is so much so complicated. But the layout also very creative. It itself is designed by myself, much of them. And our KDC result from the cooperative works. So I myself introduced some kind of cooperation between National Library of Korea and various groups of classification researchers, library practitioners, and specialists from the subject area. So, if you have some interest in classificatory system, then you can cooperate with library scientists to upgrade your areas. I myself did invite so many subject specialists in the areas. Okay. Next. And headquarters and the editorial publishing team also have cooperated. Next. So it is some kind of the suggestions. What is important is the target users should be clear. Web version should be developed, and constituencies needed. The executive regular member can support in regular basis, and cooperation related areas, and regular revisions needed. Okay. And I will show how can these specific cases of Korean decimal classification can be related to the group. I'm not sure. Anyway, some qualified international journal article. Okay, 2 articles. Can you show the title? This is the latest one, revision of the national classification system through cooperative efforts. A case of Korean national classification edition, 6th edition. Because I myself initiate the whole process, I can very easily write about this for other nations which has not yet have their own classification system or want to revise their own systems. Okay, another one, please. No, another. No, another. Article 2. Yeah. Pen 1. Yes. Close this article and open another article. Yes. It is the first article. You have seen the second article about the revision. It is first article, developing and maintaining a national classification system, experience from Korean national classification. Nowadays, so many nations adopt the Dewey decimal classification, developed by the Melville Dewey of USA and maintained by the OCLC. Worldwide bibliographic utility, because so many countries think that the developing and maintaining is very difficult. But I myself suggest all the ideas to develop and maintaining and why it should be, especially in the low developed or the countries, those who has the small libraries. Okay, So it is a kind of historical background and others. So if you have any interest, you can benchmark these two kind of articles. Okay? So my lecture is all. Okay? Thank you very much.